Hey everybody, Brent here. Doing a little off the schedule podcast for you. Tuesday, uh, Wednesday, things just weren't working out schedule wise, equipment wise. We couldn't make it work. We tried to do one yesterday, same issues. So hopefully this one's going to come through because kind of doing a mobile one. But we've got some great sponsors that we really want to show that we appreciate. We want to keep these shows running weekly because that's what they signed on for. The Race to End Bowling, we appreciate them. Overturf Photography, huge help, along with Performance Signs and Graphics, Iron Body Fitness, Daily Fit Body, just to name a few of the great folks helping us. Western Cargo and Idaho CDL training as well. Patrick's working. I should be, but I'm not because it's Friday and I'm ready for some more racing. I just wanted to talk a little bit to you guys, and please feel free to comment, jump in. I know it's early on a Friday, probably not a whole lot of you watching live, but hopefully you guys are catching up with this a little bit later on. But I do want to throw out that we had a long weekend of racing. Last Thursday, we headed down to Twin Falls, got ready for the Snake River Showdown and the Stinker Store Skunk Cup. Can't thank our friends at Stinker Stores enough for helping down there in Twin, putting on a great event. Casey Tillman walking away with the overall cup. Great field of sprint cars. Jerry Davis and the crew. We'll talk a little bit here this morning about the Snake River Showdown. Amazing event that they put on too. Patrick did a great job. Flow Racing streamed all the events at Magic Valley Speedway, so we appreciate Patrick and his family and just the whole crew. I think when these things come up, these big events, this racing, we're all watching the cars on the track. We're watching the crashing, how the shows are rolling, and I think you really forget about the people that busted their butt and put their own money and time into putting this together. And that goes for everybody from the guys and gals at the track that are painting, mowing the lawn, making sure the lights work and the popcorn machines fire up, to your race officials, your track promoters that open the gates. You wouldn't have a place to race without that. And then all of the little integral parts and pieces, the people that do it. So as you make your way through the racetracks this weekend, Magic Valley's dark, Meridian Speedway's running on Monday, the big Freedom Payments Military Appreciation Night. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Travis and the crew out at Motorplex at the Mill are going to be dropping the green again on Saturday. They've got a full slate. The Hornets and Street Stocks are going to be there, a big street stock race, something you don't see at the Mill very often. And then Mods and their Pro Lates. That's a Saturday night event. You're going to want to go out there. Travis and them are also getting ready for their big Spud Cup show coming up next week. We're going to be out there talking with them all the way through next weekend too. So a lot of great stuff coming up here in the next couple of weeks. But I do want to remind everybody that last weekend was amazing. Thursday night, we all went down to Twin, got ready for the Snake River Showdown. Jerry and his team, and he's got a huge team, so I don't want to mention them because I'll probably forget some, and there's probably some that I don't even know who they are. Brought the class of the field, the best of the best from legends and bandos around the Northwest and beyond. Jerry's been working on this since last November. He talked to me about it a little bit. We were going to try to promote it on the show, which we've tried to do. We did the show live from his shop last Tuesday, and that was a pretty cool event. Jerry and the guys made us a great backdrop. If you haven't seen that, go back on our YouTube page and watch that. As we had quite a few amazing guests on that show, one of the better ones that we've done. So Thursday night practice was good at Twin Falls. And then you also roll in your Stinker Store Skunk Cup Speed Tour sprint cars, the Speed Tour modifieds, the midgets. On Friday night at Twin, the racing was amazing. You put that many legends on a track, you put that many anything on a racetrack, it kind of makes you stop and wonder, what are we going to get? I mean, it's not bashing on the people or the drivers or the track. It's just a matter of that many cars. You just never know what kind of event you're going to have. Friday night was spectacular, all the way across the board at Twin Falls. That track is coming back under the new management. We're partway through, or almost all the way through now, year number 3. It's, you can nitpick the bad stuff, but don't forget the good stuff. The fact that the gates are still open and we're packing in so many cars there on a race weekend, like we did last weekend. So hats off to the crew, Spanky and everybody there at Twin that worked their tails off to make that happen. And again, another shout out to Patrick and his family. They're on the media side up there. They're helping out. They're doing a great job. They're doing everything that they're supposed to do. And that is really just something that you don't realize until the show goes off. So congrats to all those guys. The Magic Valley crew had to stay in town. They had to get ready for night number 2 of the Stinker Store Skunk Cup. On Saturday night, obviously the Hornets or the Legends and the Bandos, they all took off. They went to the Meridian Speedway portion of their 3-day show. It was 3 tracks, 3 days for the Snake River Showdown. So they were all getting ready to head up to Meridian. We met them up there, and that was event number 2 for the Snake River Showdown. Was off the charts as well. It was, we parked the cars in the morning. There was a ton of race cars. The drivers were awesome, and Meridian's a tighter racetrack, so we had some incidents, and that's just tight, close racing on a bull ring. Not as much room to run away. But in the end, honestly, the Legends and the Bando racing at Meridian was just about as perfect as it was in Twin. I mean, there's always going to be some calls and some bumps and some bruises, but we didn't, Mason Martin had a pretty hard lick in the Bando division. Other than that, there wasn't really a whole lot of carnage. Guys and gals were just having to change their gears and all of that sort of thing. Jordan Harris took a wild ride in a sprint car. Good news, they all walk away. Everybody's good and ready to go for the upcoming shows coming up this year. So Meridian had a great night. And then Travis and John, Motorplex at the Mill, Jerry took the whole thing out there. It was Bandos, Legends only. Cool deal on a Sunday afternoon. And the racing was phenomenal there as well. So I think if anybody was wondering, questioning, 50, 60 Legends and Bandos and on the same properties, on the same day, on the same race, it was going to be a disaster. Well, it wasn't. And hats off to Jerry and his crew, putting together a really good weekend. And then, of course, each of those racetracks, Travis and John, Adam and the crew at both Meridian, Spanky and the crew at Magic Valley, you guys put on a heck of a show. And I know that on the internet and social media and all of this stuff, a lot of people like to maybe bash, maybe just give their opinion, which is 100% cool and good. But you guys have 3 of the best racetracks you could ask for within a 3-hour span of each other. Don't bash them, because the more you bash them, the quicker those gates are going to close and you're not going to have a place to race 60 Legends. So there was a couple of those things out on the internet over the weekend. I think that's the hardest part as a race fan, when somebody's passionate about it, like all of us that are watching this and everybody out there that isn't. Unhappiness, bad calls, maybe you got the short end of the stick. Talk about that stuff in private. Hit the racetracks, do that. Don't put it out on social media. The best thing about social media is what we're doing right now. We can promote racing. We can promote our friends. We can promote our families. And we can tell you what's happening all across the country with racing, courtesy of social media. Patrick and I couldn't do this without that. The bad part of social media is you guys can all trash a racetrack, trash your officials, and trash your friends, and we won't have anything to do on Saturdays in the summer. So I usually don't worry about that a lot, but there was one instance out there this weekend that kind of hit me a little personal. It wasn't about me, but just about the shows and the racetracks. Careful what you type. So once you type it, before you can erase it, 10,000 people see it. So positive stuff is the best way to go. But all in all today, I just really wanted to at least get a show on the air for our sponsors and for our race fans. I know you guys all know what's going on this weekend. You don't need Brent and Patrick to tell you where you're going this weekend or what you want to do, but we appreciate the Raced In Bowling, Overturf Photography, Performance Signs and Graphics, Idaho CDL, Western Cargo, Scent Savvy, just these people that have just in some way, whether it be large or small, have helped Patrick and I keep this thing going. But even this is like a job sometimes. It's every week. We're trying to make sure that it is informed and you guys are enjoying it. What Patrick and I really want is for you guys to start spreading the word. Go to our YouTube page, click the link, throw it on all of your pages so we can get that out there. So we can share this with people and get some cool guests. Speaking of cool guests coming up in the next couple of weeks, again, we're going out to Motorplex at the Mill. I'll be out there helping John and Travis this weekend, not podcast related, just racing related, trying to help keep that show flowing smooth this weekend, and then back at Meridian on Monday, of course, at home. Next week, we'll be back out at the Mill. It is Spud Cup, biggest go-kart race you're going to see on the West Coast, and it's going to be right there in Emmett. We're going to go out there Wednesday. We're going to go out there on Friday. We're going to hang out, get some video, get some pictures to show you guys all the cool stuff that's going on out there, because that is really the bread and butter of the Motorplex at the Mill. We love our NASCAR racing like we're going to see Saturday, but it's the kart race stuff that Travis has there in Kart Idaho, and it's going to be the biggest event you're going to see. Even if you're not big into the kart racing, you definitely want to take part, watch, head out there one of those nights. It's going to be great. So I'm going to be out there with Travis and hopefully some drivers on Wednesday night for the podcast. And then the following week, Davey Hamilton Jr. is going to join us. We're still a little bit away, but we're just around the corner, because in a blink of the eye, it's going to be November, and we're going to be getting on some airplanes and towing some motorhomes down to Las Vegas for the Open Wheel Showdown. DJ is going to join us in 2 weeks, so we're going to just kind of not only catch up with Open Wheel Showdown and the huge car counts and what year number 3 has in store, but we're also going to talk to DJ. He's been doing some really, really cool racing stuff, and he's one of our hometown guys. So again, we want to support our hometown guys, whether they are in Indianapolis, Las Vegas, Emmett, Meridian, or Twin. So Spud Cup next week. We're going to chat with DJ a little bit the following weekend, and then we're going to roll into championship run for all three of our racetracks here locally. It's going to be a cool home stretch. The bad part is that means the year's almost over, and I don't understand where time went, but it definitely goes quick. Sherry, Spank, Shane are on there. I don't know how to put your comments on because I'm on my phone at Patrick's department, but I appreciate you guys for all their help, for everything you guys have done. Again, a couple of things that I just wanted to get out today as we get down to the home stretch of 2025. What a year. Patrick and I appreciate all of you that have watched or talked to us about it, the good, the bad, whatever. The bad part is we're kind of stale here. We're not growing anymore. We're kind of stuck at this one spot. So if you guys go onto our page, click on the 3 little dots up at the top, it says invite friends. Invite all the friends on your page. It works. We went and did that for the Magic Valley Motorsports Hall of Fame last week. We're trying to get some more followers on that page. I think we had like 300 or 400 people in a couple of days, more people. So the more people that know we're doing it, the more that we're going to keep doing it. Again, without our sponsor people that are helping us out, we couldn't do it at all, because everything costs money and there's not a lot of that to go around sometimes. So we really, really appreciate that. Saturday night, Motorplex at the Mill. Gates are going to open, and they are going to bring in your modifieds, their pro lates, always a great division, Street Stocks and Hornets. You're not going to want to miss it. If you haven't been to the Mill, it's a new venue. It's something different. Go check it out. Go check it out. Tell Travis and John you appreciate them giving another opportunity, another option. It seems to be working out good for them right now. They've got, like I said, Spud Cup coming up. They've got some concerts coming up. There's a big concert next Friday, September 5th. So look up Roadhouse at the Mill online. Help them out. Then on Monday, it's Freedom Payments Military Appreciation Night at Meridian Speedway. Labor Day weekend, but it's always cool to honor our veterans. Military members and their families get in free. It's going to be a pretty cool event. It's jam-packed with racing too. A1 Heating and Air Conditioning helping out with the modifieds, the late models, the street stocks, the mini stocks, the Hornets, and the Thunder Dogs. Ferguson Waterworks helping out with the trophies at Meridian Speedway this weekend. Magic Valley's dark, so if you guys are in Twin, take a Labor Day trip up to the Treasure Valley, Motorplex at the Mill, and of course Meridian Speedway, my home track. Patrick's, going to be joining us here in a couple of weeks for Pink Lady Classic. I have seen a lot of our sprint car fans, drivers, crews, they're getting ready for the big Pink Lady Classic coming up here. It's really just a few weeks away. Look at my schedule here behind you real quick and just kind of give you a rundown of what's happening at Meridian Speedway, because we are down to our last 7 events. September 1st, Freedom Payments Military Appreciation Night. Monday, military and their family get in free. I want to see all you guys out there. It's going to be really cool. September 6th, we're going to be back at Magic Valley Speedway for Eve of Destruction 3. Meridian's dark. We're all going back to Magic Valley one more time for Eve. September 13th, Meridian has the Zamp night at the races with the Outhouse Grand Prix. And then we roll into Pink Lady Classic. September 19th and 20th, the 2025 Elliott Sportsman Classic on Friday night. And of course, the 2025 Les Schwab Tires Pink Lady Classic night number 2 on Saturday. The biggest sprint car show that you're going to see at Meridian Speedway as we get ready to wrap up the year. And then we're not done, because on the 27th, it's Twin 35s. We roll into the month of October like we always do with our final boat race of destruction, the 4th, and then take a couple of weeks to gather yourself, get things ready, and then October 25th, Trunk or Treat Championship at the races. So seems like it was just yesterday that Patrick and I were talking about, waiting for spring and getting the weather warm and getting this thing started. And now we're talking about 7 race weekends left at Meridian Speedway. And then it's over. And that's it. That's it for 2025. Check my Magic Valley schedule here real quick too, because championship weekends are coming down at Magic Valley as well. We're down to the last few there. Again, hard to believe that we are to this point in the season already, but we couldn't do it without all the great fans. And again, watch your social media stuff, guys. Be positive. Even if you're negative, if you're pissed or you're mad or there's just something that you're not happy with at one of our racetracks, you all know some of us. You don't want to go straight to the top. Start with some of us and just, let us know. We'll make it work, but let's not close these places down just because we're all keyboard happy. Magic Valley Speedway, September 6th, Eve of Destruction. That's going to be your next event at Magic Valley. It's going to be a big one. Let's pack the house for that. I mean, it's always a fan favorite everywhere we go. But let's get that done. And let's get those grandstands full, just like it was for Magic Valley Motorsports Hall of Fame. September 13th, Vaseline Automotive Night at the races. And this is when we start handing out some championships down there as well. And then Saturday night, September 27th, is the final event at Magic Valley Speedway. And you guys can come to Meridian and the Motorplex for a couple of weeks and get your final racing fix in. Like we said, we're going to talk to DJ Hamilton. Open Wheel Showdown is coming up in November. Also on November 15th, keep your eye on the Idaho Historical Racing Society page. It is the 2025 Idaho Historical Racing Society Western Idaho Racing Hall of Fame induction celebration. It's going to be at the Lakeside Barn. A big thanks to Tate and Jen Elquist for providing us another amazing venue for another year at the Lakeside Barn. Look that up if you're looking for weddings or any type of family celebrations, events. Tate and Jen have a beautiful facility. They'll work with you and they'll make it memorable. We're going to be there Saturday, November 15th. Tickets are going to go on sale here shortly. We're going to meet at our general membership meeting, which you are all invited to on September 2nd at the Beer Barn at Meridian Speedway at 7 p.m. Get your tickets. There's only going to be so many available because the venue is only so large, but we want it to be an intimate, cool deal for those five guys that are very deserving of a night of appreciation and honor. So don't forget to get those tickets. Keep your eye on the IHRS page. We'll be letting you know when those tickets are going on sale. They aren't on sale yet. We're working on a menu. We're working on a schedule. But we do know November 15th, that night at the Lakeside Barn. So get ready for that too. Then Meridian Speedway is going to be announcing their banquet, all the cool stuff. I mean, that's the time of year it is, unfortunately. So again, this weekend, don't forget, Saturday night, Motorplex at the Mill. And then on Monday night, Freedom Payments Military Appreciation Night. So your race weekend is full. And then, the 6th, the 13th, the 27th at Magic Valley Speedway. We've still got Spud Cup coming up at the Motorplex at the Mill, plus a couple more NASCAR races. I think they've got a race on September 13th, and then towards the end of the month as well. I don't have Travis' schedule up here right now, but yeah. So we'll see you guys all out at the Motorplex at the Mill Saturday, and back home at Meridian Speedway on Monday. Military families and military members, come on out. Let's honor you guys. You deserve every little bit of that. And then we'll get you in for free. It's going to be a cool show on a Monday before you go back for a short week at work, and then we're going to roll right into championship weekends at both Meridian, Magic Valley, and Motorplex at the Mill. Black Canyon Raceway is going to be back on the docket September 12th. So if you're Outlaw Kart fan, Andrew and the crew are going to be dirt racing on October the 12th out there. So no matter what kind of racing that you enjoy or what you want to do, this is going to be a great couple of weekends for it. Patrick's working hard at home, making money to feed the kids so that he can take a few days off on September 19th and 20th and join me in the booth at Meridian Speedway for the Pink Lady Classic and the Tom Elliott Sportsman Classic. I'm going to go down and hang out with them on September 6th down at Magic Valley. But if you guys are bored on Saturday night, come find us out at Motorplex at the Mill. We're going to be out there as well, just tomorrow night, and then Monday back at Meridian. So anyway, just for our sponsors and our people that enjoy watching us, share the page. Go click on our YouTube link, put it on all of your group pages, all of your racing pages. The more the better, and that way people can find us. Another big thanks to Jason from Legends Nation. He's been sharing a bunch of our stuff too since we chatted with him on the podcast last week. He's got huge content, huge following. Patrick and I would love to be something like that, even though we both have faces for radio. So while Patrick's working and I'm supposed to be working, we're really just getting ready for racing. 2025 already coming to a close, and I want to thank all our friends and our supporters for making this show and this race season what it's been, because it's been a pleasure. The year didn't start out so good. The year still isn't really going so good for a lot of us here and there, but without our racing family, we wouldn't have anything to do. We wouldn't have people to hang out with, and appreciate it. Love all of you guys. Again, Race 10 Bowling, Overturn Photography, Performance Signs and Graphics. Those are the big three. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to be showing up with some Pit Stop Podcast decals, courtesy of Performance Signs and Graphics, at the Motorplex and at Meridian. So if you want a couple of those, let us know, and then we'll bring them down to Twin. So Patrick has a handful as well. So for all of our great sponsors, Monday at Meridian, Saturday night Motorplex at the Mill, Travis and the crew for Spud Cup next week. DJ Hamilton is 2 weeks away from joining us as we get the scoop on the 2025 Open Wheel Showdown. Even though the year's almost over, some of the biggest shows are yet to come. So for all of them, and yes, Sherry, I'll bring you some down. We'll be down there on 20 or on the 6th, or I can mail you some. So let me know. We'll get them to you. I'm going to pick them up tomorrow from Mr. Mike Soyseth. So for all of us, the Pit Stop Podcast, Friday afternoon. Actually, it's Friday morning. I wish it was afternoon because I'm ready to go and get ready for some racing this weekend, because that's the happiest part of my week. So Patrick will be back next week with me. We'll chat with Travis. We'll be live on location one more time at the Motorplex at the Mill. And I really appreciate Travis and those guys and Adam and everybody for letting us not only talk about their racetracks, but jump in and do some stuff at their racetracks. So for all of us, have a good weekend. Hopefully we're going to see you at a racetrack this weekend. Meridian is live on speedcast.tv. So if you're in the Utah, Oregon, Washington area and you want to see what's happening on Monday night for Freedom Payments, Military Appreciation Night, A1 Heating and Air Conditioning helping us out, speedcast.tv, 6:30, we go live. Till then, we'll have a couple of lives from Motorplex tomorrow. We'll definitely do our normal Meridian Speedway live and interviews, and we'll be shooting those up on the page as well. Any opinions, any suggestions, any guest options, just let us know. It's the click of a button, and you can join us live right here on the Pit Stop Podcast, and we'd love to have you guys anytime, any place. Also, if you are not getting our text reminders, like we sent one out this morning, or if you got some other people that might want that, private message me some phone numbers. We've got lots of room on that list, and I would love to get the word out. We just send it once a week, about 30 minutes before our show, not overly annoying. I'm trying to keep Patrick from sending weird voice messages, but you never know. So for Patrick, myself, the sponsors, and all of our racing family and friends, see you guys at the races.